Each spring, grain farms throughout eastern Washington wake up with the thaw. Spring comes first in the south and west, where microclimates are warmer and drier. Wheat farmers in Asotin, Benton, and Franklin counties typically begin fieldwork as early as March. More northern counties, such as Lincoln and Whitman, are usually weeks later. Our farmers grow both winter and spring grains, depending on their location and crop rotation.
Spring wheat and winter wheat are two different varieties. They are bred differently to have different traits. So winter wheat, plant it in the fall, and it grows and survives over the winter. And in fact, if you planted winter wheat in the spring, you would not get a crop. So it needs to have that cold weather in order to produce seed. Spring wheat, on the other hand, is planted in the spring, and it produces a crop in a few months. And if it's planted in the fall, it will freeze out and die over the winter.
Spring wheat and winter wheat are both the same species. You know, they both produce the cookies, crackers, breads that we like. The basic difference is that one needs to be planted at a time before it's exposed to cold, and the other can grow its whole life cycle without that cold exposure. So we call winter wheat because it has to go through at least a couple months of cold temperatures in order to actually flower.
Washington farmers are typically on a multi-year rotation with their grain crops. By rotating different varieties and crops, farmers are able to keep weed, moisture, and disease pressures at a minimum. Most of our farmers use dry land farming practices, meaning they don't have irrigation. Instead, they solely rely on rain to water their crops. Most dry land grain farmers are on a 3 to 4 year rotation, and they make decisions on what to grow based on field history, input costs, and crop prices. In the driest of areas, a field typically begins with a winter crop, followed by a spring crop, and then a year of fallow is used to conserve moisture.
So this is a spring wheat field in kind of a reduced tillage operation, so that's why you see some more fall residue left over. Farmers around here, we usually do fall wheat, spring wheat, and a fallow or a pulse rotation, which kind of allows for integrated management of both herbicides and to manage our pests more efficiently. Out west in the drier areas, we'll see farmers will just do maybe a fall wheat or fall canola to fallow rotation. But spring wheat allows farmers around here to utilize some of the spring moisture without the commitment of a fall crop.
At this farm particularly, we get about 8 inches annually. We need to make sure that moisture is there come seeding time. Obviously with 8 inches of rain annually, it's very hard to do. And so a lot of times we gotta seed deep, and it takes a long time for that wheat to germinate and get up tall enough where it'll actually make a crop.
Timing is everything. For seeding is the most challenging thing and most stressful time for us. We have to seed what they call deep furrow seed to put the seed in the ground down where there's moisture, which is 4 or 5 inches deep in the soil, because we have soil on top to insulate the moisture to keep it there. And the seed has to come through that 5 inches, and it takes about 7 to 10 days for that to come through. And if we get a rain on top of that before it comes through and the sun comes out and makes a crust on top of the soil, the plant can't come through and we'll have to reseed.
In areas with more moisture, farmers are able to grow crops each year on the same field.
Rotation is primarily a winter crop, winter wheat, and then a spring crop. But that spring crop could vary from lentils, chickpeas, canola, malt barley. So we try not to grow winter wheat 2 years in a row.
I'm predominantly a 5-year rotation, which means we'll have a year of fallow and then winter wheat, and then we'll have those other 3 or 4 years we'll have spring crops, which can be mustard, canola, spring wheat, garbanzo beans. They're kind of our main crops in this area.
Before planting, farmers prepare the ground for the seed. This includes getting rid of weeds. Some farmers use conventional tillage practices and rod weeders to physically pull the weeds out of the ground. Other farmers don't disturb the ground and use chemicals like glyphosate to kill the weeds. Many farmers use a mixture of both practices.